This video is actually an excerpt from one of my longer videos, which is called this is the video that your karate instructor probably doesn't want you to watch, which is about instructors' responsibilities and why instructors teach what they teach. If you want to watch the full video, I'll put a link at the end, and I'll also put a link in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. As always, train hard, train smart, think common sense. The other thing that I hear, or the other reason I hear from obstinate karate instructors why they teach what they teach, is because they say it's all about personal perfection rather than personal protection. Now, is that true? Is the real value of karate in developing your character, and is it a either or choice? And the answer is, of course, it's not an either or choice. Of course it bloody isn't. From here, you don't get, it's not like, oh, you can either learn it for this or learn it for that. No, you can have both. In fact, I would argue strongly that from here, learning karate for personal protection, for self-defense reasons, from here strongly reinforces the value of personal perfection, because when you're learning small details like pushing your heel out here or doing this like this, means that what you do is what you're doing becomes more functional or actually makes it work. Those details become really, really important. Sure, in a lot of kata, for me, a lot of the details are just aesthetic, but there are other times when those details are really functionally important. And so teaching functional karate from here, or practical karate, or self-defense based karate, whatever you want to call it, really reinforces the reason why we must have that sense of self-mastery and attention to detail in karate. But not only that, probably if you're thinking that karate is all about your student's character development, I would ask you which character trait or which value from here that karate teaches and builds in students is the most valuable for them in their life. And the answer has to be self-confidence and self-esteem. And now, if I ask you which of the two builds more confidence, karate for personal perfection or karate for personal protection, which one builds your self-esteem more, it's a landslide on the personal protection side. Aside from the fact that learning self-defense is rooted in the value that you're indeed worth protecting, and by the way, a lot of victims of violence simply don't even attempt to protect themselves. Especially in domestic violence cases, it's really, really horrible, in sexual assault cases, because they don't feel like they're, in some ways, they don't feel like they're worth protecting from here, whereas karate builds that value that they are indeed, of course, worth protecting. But just even knowing that you can handle all of the most statistically probable self-defense situations, and you've been tested rigorously to handle those, builds your confidence in a way that other activities simply can't touch. Now, you contrast that to someone who learns karate for personal perfection reasons or sport reasons, then guess what? Those people from here, like I did, have niggling fears all the time about whether their karate will work. It's just that gnawing in the back of their mind from here, that gnawing doubt. And are those niggling fears and doubts building your self-confidence and your self-esteem, or are they eroding it from here in certain ways? So from here, they threaten to undermine all the self-esteem you get from karate, because if your karate is ever tested from here, or if you discover that your karate is not based in reality, and you discover your karate will let you down if you ever need it, you'll realize that the self-esteem you got, whatever self-esteem you got from it, is built on a house of cards. And hopefully that won't be in a brutal self-defense situation from here, when you realize that, yeah, the karate that you learn isn't fit for purpose. But learn it for purpose, and you're far, far, far more likely to see a rise in your self-esteem after you handle a self-defense situation successfully from here. And that is probably the most important value you will get from training in karate, whether you ever face a self-defense situation or not.